Oh, we know this guy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I can already tell you. We have another one coming.
So, white people, I've been f***ing these ratchet bitches lately, and I was in with her, and I was getting it in. I was trying to get it. I was, and she said, I'm not finna do this with y'all. Thank y'all very much. Y'all have yourself a great
There he goes, Dubs General, ladies and gentlemen. We're in turbo round right now. We are flying through it. Go ahead.
I've never really told the story of me walking off of Kill Tony. So here's the backstory. Let's start. So this was probably 2001-ish. And at the time, Kill Tony was still in LA. I used to watch David on David Lucas. I used to watch him on Roast Me, and was like, yo, he's funny. Yeah. And then I seen him get on Kill Tony. I was like, damn, is he traveling right now? Is he getting booked across the country? And I was like, man, if I reach out and, provide a like an olive branch, and I lived in Tampa at the time, and I had, a relationship with Side Splitters Comedy Club. So I was like, yo, this is my way to kind of get into the Kill Tony universe. I've been watching it through the pandemic, before the pandemic, like really intrigued at what they were building, right? And knew that I wanted to be a part of it. Not saying that I knew that it was going to be as big as it is now, but I definitely knew it was heading in the right direction. So I thought jumping the gun and working with one of the comics, I can get my way in there, right? So I've reached out to David and let him know that I got a couple of clubs that I know that we could, possibly have him headline. And I was like, but all I ask is that I could, if I could host, right? I didn't even think to ask for a check, right? Now, when it came to the Side Splitters, I had to deal with the club, right? But the other venues, it was more so David and the owner. So I didn't even get any money from it. And that was a lesson learned for the future, but that's neither here nor there. Then I contacted Hans, and I brought Hans out to Florida and did the run. Like with David, we did New York, we did Texas, and we did Florida. With Hans, I just introduced him to all of the B and C list clubs that were there in Florida, right? And I was like, all right, cool. I've built this relationship with them. I'm going to now fly out to Austin to see if I can get on KT, right? So I fly out, and in this time, I had a fucking ruptured Achilles that I just ruptured. It wasn't even like I was in a cast. It was in that fucking mold, nigga, and wrapped with an ace bandage. But I was like, I paid for this flight. I paid for this opportunity. I'm going to go and I'm going to get on stage. So I get on the plane. Of course, they rolled me through. I'm riding the trolley. But at this time, I was only using crutches. Could you imagine having to go park your car at the damn airport and then have to fucking crutch all the way to the gate? Ridiculous. But this is what I did because I love comedy that fucking much. I get out to KT. I have to get a rent-a-car. I'm driving with my left foot because my right Achilles is ruptured. Do you understand how crazy that is? So I park, I get down there, I go to Antone's. Mind you, I have to crutch all the way to the venue. And then there was no seating at Antone's at the time. So we were standing the entire time. I bought tickets and stood the entire time. And I had came earlier that day and worked with David Lucas because David was running a show at the Vulcan with John Keys, right? So I was like, cool, I got an opportunity to build a relationship. Hopefully I get on Kill Tony. The next day, I get pulled. I'm one of the last bucket pulls. I was on my way out because I was like, yo, I got these fucking crutches. My leg hurt. I'm tired. I'm under my arms. I still got to drive back to the hotel with my left foot. So I ended up saying, fuck it, I'm out. I go and I get my name called. So I get up there and I do well. Tony is like, hey, you want to open for me in Tampa? He comes to Tampa, but the problem with that, before that happens, he gets canceled by the Pendang thing. So it takes a year before I even get a chance to perform with him. So he comes to Tampa and I open for him. The first show, really well. Second show, no bombing, but just wasn't, right? I end up moving to Austin, hoping that because of all of those things that I've done, I'd be accepted into the mothership and start working, building relationships with them people. And it was fucking crickets. And I was like, cool, that they don't owe me shit. I'll fucking figure it out. Even though I put money in their pocket, even though I helped start the process of the touring with the B-list clubs, that's neither here nor there. I know how to do it now, so when it's my turn, I can do it myself. So I'm cool with that. Then I finally get on Kill Tony again, and then this is when Tony's like, you opened for me, you didn't do well. Again, not true, but you know what? It's your show. Yeah, I didn't do well. Reddit goes crazy. Comments go crazy. Even people in the scene was acting weird. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. I ain't here to please you punk ass niggas. But anyway, then I go on again. And the next time I go on, it's like a turbo round. And I'm like, yo, this turbo rounds is trash because you don't even get an interview. So I was like lackluster. I didn't even want to go up type shit. Right. So I did mediocre. Right. Then the next time he calls me out, he says, oh, we know this guy. And it was another turbo round. So he had already asked him, do you have another one ready? So he had preempted the trap. Like Tony is like the motherfucking, what do I call it? The emperor, right? Where you can do thumbs up or thumbs down and the crowd fucking goes crazy. So if he automatically comes out and says this person is not, they're going to feel that energy and react based off of his reaction, right? So I get out there, I do my joke, and it falls flat. It falls. And I do this joke all the time. But that's neither here nor there, right? The fact is that he gave me a hard time. So I changed my name from Dubs General to David Womble simply because I was like, I'm going to get a fucking good opening. And then let's see where it goes from there. I get the good opening, boom, I do way better. It's a great opportunity, and I love going to those shows. But walking off, it was in the middle of a turbo round, and the way he brought me up was fucked up. There was already 30 other comics that got pulled that night. He was already in a shitty mood. And when he's in a shitty mood, the shit doesn't go well. So yes, I went up there and did my jokes and felt like I was a spectacle for the audience. I was just a casualty for the night. So I said, I'm not doing this with you niggas. And for eons, and it's only been a couple of like a year or so, but for this entire year, people go in my inbox and be like, ain't you the dude that walked off Kill Tony? Yes, I am. And I'm still doing stand-up, and I'm still working with some of the best comedians in the world. That isn't the end-all be-all, and if you get a shitty intro, then shit's gonna be weird. But look, that's my story. Y'all tell me what y'all think, right? Put it in the comments. I want all of you trolls, all of you gargoyles. Say what you got to say. I don't give a shit. But this is how it went down. So that's the backstory of all of the way from when I first started working with the niggas to now. And what I will say is what I've learned living here in Austin is you got to make your own way. Hoping that somebody's going to hook you up, you're wasting your time. Go out there and go get it, my nigga. I'm talking to all of you niggas, not the homeless niggas. The homeless comedians not. But everybody else, listen to me. They do not give a fuck about you until you do something, and then they care. So go and do it. I'll holla at y'all. Happy Thanksgiving, too. Peace.